Okay, we'll start with the pancake griddle. I'm going to cover it with some cardstock to protect the watercolor paper that I'm going to put on top here, so that I can, over here on this side, melt some wax to color a stamp and bring it back over onto the watercolor paper. Okay, can't do this with one hand, so I'm going to have to put this down for a minute. Okay, I put some black wax on the hot plate. I took the stamps, put them into the hot wax to put black wax on each one of those stamps. And now I will wipe this area off, put the paper back, get the watercolor paper back on the hot plate to get it warm, so I can flip these stamps over and release the wax onto the watercolor paper. That'll be my next step. So I've got the stamps sitting on the watercolor paper on the hot plate. The paper's really hot, so it's going to release that print onto the watercolor paper. And here we go. This is the transfer of the image onto the watercolor paper. So now we'll set it up to do some painting with a hot stylus. Okay, this is the wire brush on my stylus that I'll use to paint in the design on the watercolor paper that we have transferred our wax design onto. I'll set up the tripod so I can work with both hands. Okay, so I put the pattern down. I began to fill in some of the flower, and I'll keep doing it to show you how I'm doing it. I'm using this stylus with a brush point at the end, and I'm just dipping it into the colored wax, loading up the brush, and then just coming in here and filling in. You know, very simple. It seems like if I was going to fill this whole thing in, you would find it very boring just to watch somebody paint this whole flower in. But I'll do a little more. So what I'm thinking of doing on this one is that since we've got 3 flower stamped on this watercolor paper, I would do one of these, like I'm doing here, in wax. And then I think I'll do this one over here in watercolor. And then I think I'll probably want to do the background in watercolor too. So we'll just have to see how, I'm not sure what I'll do over here. We'll see how this one comes together. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is to work with a stylus and a brush. And it is not complicated. So just a little wax, a little time, and this is, you know, quite easy for you to do. So I think I don't have to keep filling in this flower for you to watch this, because I think that's kind of a waste of your time. So I'm going to keep doing this, and then when I finish this flower and start to work on this one with watercolor, then I'll come back and we'll see how that one is going. And we'll just have a different look and just check it out, see what happens. I'm not quite sure. I never know ahead of time what I'm doing. So it's always, you know, a discovery. So you can catch up with me in a minute when I finish this flower. Okay, so finished up that flower. Now I'm working on this second one here. So I'm just going to add some more color here to finish this one up. And actually, I think I want to add another color in here just to kind of jazz it up a little bit. Let's finish this up first and see where we go. I'm thinking I'll drop a little orange in here. So let's see here. Okay. So we got that one. Well, I think I'll fill that in here too, like that. All right, let's just add a little extra color in here. I don't know why. Kind of just want to get a hint of something going on here. Just didn't want it to be all just yellow. Okay. And I did add a little white in here too when you weren't watching. And this will just perk this guy up a little bit here to have this in here. All right. And then I think what we'll do is we'll jump over to this one and work in watercolor, and then decide on the background. I'm not quite sure yet, but I think probably I'm heading toward watercolor. So we'll see. What do you think? Is this good enough here? Just kind of jazz that one up just a little bit. What do you think? Okay, so I'm going to set this thing up, and then I'll get back and turn you back on again. All right, got those done. Let's work on this one with some watercolor instead of wax. And not quite sure exactly what we're going to do here, but these paints that I use, I don't know. I always refer to them as Twinkle H2O paints. They're little, I've had them for years, but it's a mica watercolor paint, and I just really I like the way they look. So let's just see. I'm not quite sure exactly what I want to do here. So this will just be a little experiment to start with. That's pink. I don't want to have to overdo the pink. So we'll just see what we end up with here. I am not a watercolorist, so this is all, experimental. I use these a lot of times when I would be working with wax, and I would embed papers into the wax. Let's say Kleenex or some other rice papers in wax. I would like to color some of those papers with these paints. And that's pretty much how I've always used them. As I say, I'm not into being a watercolorist, so this kind of experiment is just a little on the new side here. But let's see what it turns out like here. Taking the stamps and dipping them in wax was a big sort of a jump for me to do because they're expensive stamps, and I wasn't quite sure what would happen to them after I dipped them in wax. So I'm sure it isn't the best for them, but they're holding up pretty good. So I'll be selective in which ones I use. I won't use them all that way, but I do like doing wax stamps on wax. This is on watercolor paper, so you know this is a little different, but I thought it would act always as a resist for watercolor to you know, work around the stamp. Although, you know, I did do one where I stamped with paint, and it acted pretty good as a resist as well. So it may not be that important to you know, think you would dip them into wax, but I like to experiment, so I'll always be going off the rails a little bit. I still have not mastered the inlays, and it's a little frustrating because I don't know why I had trouble with that. I think it's the paint that I'm using as well. I don't think it likes the chalk paint that I was working with, because when I mixed the chalk paint and another metallic paint, that was thicker, had more consistency to it. I think the inlays liked that a lot better. So I may have to experiment with different paints. But I still have this desire to find a way to use the inlays over wax so that I would have a transparent background I would lay down over wax that I would put the inlay into. And so far, I haven't succeeded, but I did order some more golden matte media, and I'm going to try it. I do have Golden's gel medium that's gloss, and it didn't want to work, but it's the medium I have in this big jug is probably 20 years old, and I didn't know if that made a difference. So I will have to I have to see what happens. I think got that other medium coming, I think, in about a week, so I will give that a try. Plus, I need to probably watch more educational videos on the whole process and see what the heck I might be doing wrong. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Okie dokie. See what we're doing here. We just having, I guess you might say, just having fun. Okay. Now, do I dare add a little extra? Let's see. That's pretty intense. Well, I guess that is kind of intense, but I like it. So I'll do some more. Okay. Okay. I don't know why, but a little singing and humming always accompanies what I do. Don't know if that's typical. It's part of my process, I guess. All right. All right. What do you think? I think that might do it. That's even a little bit darker. I think that might be good enough, huh? What do you guys think? Should we quit? I think for now, except now we've got the background, right? What are we going to do here in the background? I think I want to do watercolor, so let's see. How should we do it? I'm not sure. So let's just go for it, huh? Let's just see what happens. All right. Let's see here. Okay, just guessing, you guys, just guessing. No ideas. Would a little of that look good in there? Maybe just a little bit. Let's put a little of that in there. Okay. Okay. I'm sure somebody who's a watercolorist is probably having a fit watching me do this, because I'm sure it's not up to snuff for a watercolorist to work this way. I'm just guessing, but that's what I got going. That's what we're gonna do. Ooh, I like the way that bled a little bit down here. I'm gonna do a little bit more of that. Oh, just in here a little bit. Oh, just, oh, kind of like that. Oh, yeah, I do. I think that looks kind of neat in there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more water up here. And could we go, well, let's see. Should I try that? I kind of want to get some of this in there. Okay. I know it's kind of intense. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful, but I kind of want to try it just to see what it might do. I think I will put a little bit more in there, because I kind of like it. All right. Hey guys, I'm thinking maybe I'm going to quit. What do you think? I think that's all I'm going to do. I need to what do you think? I'm going to call that quits, okay? I hope that was of interest, and we'll see what we dream up next.